If you're trying to graph an ellipse that's not in standard form, you're going to need to remember how to complete the square. Let's do an example together. If we have 25x squared plus 4y squared plus 100x minus 24y plus 36 equals 0. We can recognize this is indeed an ellipse because we have the x squared plus y squared, but we want to get it in standard form. Remember, we want to have something like x squared plus y squared over a squared b squared equals 1. We don't necessarily know where the a and b are going to be. They could switch places depending on which one's larger, telling us if it's horizontal or vertical. But we need to be able to get it in standard form and have the coefficients of x and y be 1. I'm going to put my x terms together first of all. And I know I want this term to move over, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. If you don't remember how to complete the square, remember we have to get that coefficient to be 1. So I'm going to factor out the 25. But to complete the square, you take this middle term, you divide it by 2, and then you square it. 4 divided by 2 is 2, and squared is 4. But remember what I do to one side, if I added what is actually 100, because that 25 is out there, I must also add 100 over here. Do the same thing here. I'm going to do 6 divided by 2, which is 3, and square it, which is 9. But then I'm actually adding 36. Notice then that these two cancel. And when I factor, I'm left with 25 times x plus 2 squared plus 4 times y minus 3 squared equals 100. I want this value to be 1. So to do that, I need to divide everything by 100. And this leaves me with x plus 2 squared over 4 plus y minus 3 squared over 25 equals 1. Notice this is my a value since it's bigger. So this tells me it's going to be a vertical ellipse. B squared is 4, so b is 2. A squared is 25, so a is 5. And my center, notice here, my center is going to be at negative 2, 3. We take the opposite there. So I come over to negative 2 and up 3. And then again, check your major axis. I'm going to go up 5. I'm going to go down 5. And then I'm going to go over 2 and over 2. And remember, I can calculate that c value. C squared is a squared minus b squared. So c squared is 25 minus 4, which is 21, and c is the square root of 21. So to find those c foci values, my x value is not going to change, but I'm going to have 3 plus the square root of 21. And I'm going to have negative 2, 3 minus the square root of 21.